Believe it or not, guys, the Mighty Miner is actually the strongest champion in the game at the moment. I checked Real API before I started recording this video, and it's being used even more than the Little Prince at the moment, which is pretty wild to think. And I think the reason why is because the Dagger Duchess got nerfed. Now when you send the Mighty Miner into the opposite lane, it actually gets some more value and applies pressure, whereas before, against the Duchess, it would just get melted. I mean, you would play the ability, and then when it gets sent in the other lane, it's killed before it even ends up getting to the tower, which is not the case anymore when you're against the Princess Tower, or even if you're against the Duchess now, because the Duchess itself is a lot worse. So you're seeing it a lot more inside of Hog, and I'm sure you guys have seen it too with the Drill, with recruits, a lot of different decks you can use the Mighty Miner with, but in this video specifically, I'm running it with Hog, and you guys see this variation here is being used with the guards. A lot of people are preferring it over the skeletons because the guards just give a lot of value on defense, especially because there's so many people running arrows in this meta. A lot of people have arrows because a lot of people are running the firecracker, which I have in this deck. So you kind of have arrow bait in a way, because if they arrow the firecracker, then your guards are getting a ton of value. Now, it looks like here we're against Pekka Bridge Spam, which should be a pretty decent matchup because we, of course, have the Tesla for the Battle Ram, or if he has Ram Rider, Tesla's going to be good against that. And then the Hog is going to be annoying for him to deal with because he likely doesn't have any good counter to it besides the Pekka, which, of course, is a 7 elixir counter, so big negative trade, and, of course, it's going to be fairly easy for us to outcycle as well. So overall, liking the look of this matchup, he does have a fireball, so we got to be cautious of that. We're just going to go in for guards here. Guards alone should probably be more than enough on top of that Pekka. They just get an insane amount of value. And this is another situation where having the guards is very helpful because even if, you got skeletons, right, and they don't have arrows, let's just say, but they might have Zap, which just take care of the skeletons instantly. So that's another spell where the guards are going to be a lot better. I'd say we could probably, I was going to say we can go in for a Hog, but let's go for a Firecracker instead here. I was actually trying to snipe the, yeah, that was kind of a mistake on my end, but it's all right. We'll just reset. I was trying to snipe the Ewiz because I actually thought we were going to be able to damage the tower potentially, but that ended up not working out clearly. So we'll just go in for guards here, and then we'll go in for a Hog. The guards should be able to kind of tank for the Hog, and if he decided to go for a Pekka, it would have likely been a little problematic for him, but he didn't, as you can see, so that was probably a smart play on his end. We'll just go for a Tesla here, and then we'll just log to help get rid of that Evo Ram, and he's going to go in for a Bandit. Let's go ahead and pop the Mighty Miner bomb here, and these guards should be able to clean everything up pretty easily. Yeah, nice. The Wizard is going to go on the guard. We just get an Ice Spirit going. The Wizard might get one shot on the tower, but honestly, that's not a big deal at all. We'll just set up a Tesla here. He's going to go in for a Ghost. We need to go for a Hog, so that way the Ghost hits it, and then, of course, the Tesla is able to take care of the Ghost, because otherwise it would have been invisible, so that would have been quite a problem. We're going to go for Firecracker here. If he decides to Fireball it, that's completely fine, because that's a negative trade, and then our next Firecracker, of course, will be getting to that Evolve version. We'll go in for an Ice Spirit here. Yeah, there we go. We got the Evolve Firecracker ready. Let's go for a Mighty Miner here, and then let's go in for a Hog, and then now we'll go for the Firecracker Evolved, and then get an Earthquake going as well, and we should be able to get a ton of damage. Yeah, there we go. Firecracker is going to get Sparks on top of the tower. We're going to protect her as much as we can. Nice, she's even going to get more damage on the tower, and then we'll send in a Hog here. I believe because of all the Elixir he committed, I don't even think he can get a Pekka down, and even if he did, it would have been too late. So Hog coming in, he gets the Pekka down, so that was actually really well played on his end. He managed to defend the Hog, but he had to overcommit so much that now it's pretty much over for him. I think this is the nail in the coffin. I don't know if I want to cycle Earthquakes just yet. We might not want to get too ahead of ourselves. We'll just go for a Mighty Miner here, and then we'll go in for guards, and then that Evo Tesla is for sure going to be able to deal with the Battle Ram. Yeah, there we go. That's going to reset it. We'll just Tesla to pull it back, and then we'll go in for a Log here, and yeah, this is looking really, really solid. We could just cycle an Earthquake at this point. Maybe we get a Firecracker. That's definitely going to snipe the Wizard, I think. There we go. That's what I was trying to do on top of the Ewiz earlier in the match, but I messed it up, but we got it that time around, so that's great. We'll go for a Log here, Earthquake, and that is going to be more than enough damage to close out the game, and that's going to be a nice and easy game one. We're in our next game here against Ahmed. We'll just go in for an Ice Spirit here, and he's going to go in for Spear Goblin, so Mighty Miner should be good just to defend that chip damage, and he's going to have a Prince. So maybe he's running Goblin Giant or Giant inside of a bait deck. He probably has like the Goblin gang. We'll see though. So we'll go in for guards here. And yeah, he's got bats. So yep, there's the Gob Giant. So that's what I was thinking. I'm going for Tesla here, and then we'll go in for a Firecracker. And I believe if I saw things correctly, he has the Evolved Goblin Giant. So that's going to be really interesting to see because I feel like the Evo Gob Giant isn't that good. But I feel like in a deck like this, it could actually be somewhat decent. So we'll go in for a Hog here and see how he chooses to defend it. He's going to have to Arrow. Wow. I guess he wasn't back to his Prince, so he was kind of forced to do that. So I'd say here we could probably just go in for a Log to get a positive trade on that. And then maybe, the Mighty Miner could get some good value because now his guards aren't in rotation, and that is for sure going to be his best counter to the Mighty Miner. Well, that and I guess the Zap, but I feel like Zap isn't really a good counter even though it resets it because it's hardly dealing any damage to it. So we're just going to have to take the damage from those Spear Goblins. I feel like I kind of have to because I need to keep my guards in cycle. Yep, there you go for the Prince. That's what I was going to say. So as much as that sucked, I think that was definitely what had to be done. So let's go in for a Firecracker here, and we'll just let the Mighty Miner deal some damage to that Prince, and then we'll go in for an Ice Spirit. And then let's actually go in for a Hog here, just to get some pressure going. And yeah, that is going to kite the Prince back, so that was perfect. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that went. And then let's actually go in for our own guards here. And then I might go Mighty Miner at the bridge because his guards aren't in cycles, so we maybe get a little bit of counter push potential because depending on what he does, we could potentially get an Evo Firecracker going to try to get some damage. He's going to go Dark Prince. Let's just do that now and maybe go in for a Hog. Nah, he got arrows, so those were good arrows by him, but we still got a little bit of chip damage on the tower from the Firecracker. The Sparks just end up having a really massive radius, so we're going to set up a Tesla here pre-placed. I think that's honestly a good play. And there's the Evolved Gob Giant coming in. It looks pretty scary, but I feel like it should be pretty easy to deal with overall. We just go in for an Ice Spirit here, and then a Log should hopefully be able to clean everything up. Let's actually get an Evolved Tesla going here, and yeah, that is going to definitely be good here because it's going to help get rid of those bats, and that is perfect. So really nice defense over there. I did have to commit a ton of Elixir, though, so we aren't going to be able to get a Hog going, unfortunately. So we'll just go in for an Ice Spirit and Log, and then let's go for a Mighty Miner, get the 3-card cycle going, and then I think, again, we're going to have to pre-place a Tesla here. We're kind of anticipating him to go... No, he didn't actually go Gob Giant. I think that was a mistake on his end, so let's actually go in for a Hog, and then let's definitely Log here. If we might even be able to... Okay, we get a couple shots from that Hog, so that is very, very good stuff over there. Let's just get a Tesla going here, and then we need to get guards, and then we should hopefully be able to defend this. He's just going to Gob Giant in the back. I was actually expecting him to play it at the bridge, but he's setting up all the way in the back. So let's go Ice Spirit here, get the Mighty Miner going, and then we're definitely going to need the Evolved Tesla. We are certainly going to need it here. So let's get a Log going, and then this Evolved Tesla should be really solid to help defend the Prince as well in the other lane. Yeah, we get guards going here. Gonna go in for the Mighty Miner bomb. We need it to kill these bats, and then let's send in a Hog Rider. He just went in for arrows, so that I feel like there's no way he's gonna be able to defend this Hog now. He's gonna go in for Spear Goblins last second. Not before, though, the Hog gets... How many shots is that gonna be? 3 shots, I believe. Log to take out the Spear Goblins, and now all we gotta do at this point is play solid defense, and he shouldn't be able to break through, at least with how things are going at the moment. So Mighty Miner coming in here. He is going to go in for the Prince as well as the Dark Prince. We can actually go in for an Earthquake here. It's going to take the shield off of the Dark Prince and help slow everything down. I was holding off on playing the Earthquakes until late in the game because I feel like it doesn't really get much value otherwise. And there's the Evolved Gob Giant. We're going to have to get an Evo Tesla here. It's going to have to carry. And Evo Tesla just showing why it's just basically guaranteed defense every single time you play it. Like, it just... The Evo Tesla, the amount of times it bails you out of situations, it is just pretty much ridiculous. Like, it's just honestly unbelievable. Really unfair, because honestly, that guy had a massive push coming in, and then Evo Tesla is just like, nope, not today. Absolutely just carrying me there. Not going to deny it. And with that, that'll be it for the video because we had a couple really long games. So Mighty Miner definitely in a really good spot in this meta. Like I said, guys, it is currently the most used champion in the game, which is hard to believe because it was not too long ago debatably the worst champion, but now it might potentially be the best. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. You can use creator code BOSS to support me in any Supercell game. Thanks again. Until next time, guys.